Being here now, truly present, is more than abiding in a dissociated bliss bubble. The full works of the present have their character and they demand your response. In our second anthology from the Walkie Talkie series, we enter into the more embodied aspect of being present. If the first 4 installments were gazing at the moon, now we set the controls to the heart of the sun. Be prepared. In our first installment, we look into rooting and establishing yourself in the reality of the substance and structures of the present before you. Journey across the universe, fluttering gracefully like a spiritual butterfly. Ever present, here and now, with no worries in the world. The worries have been gracefully bypassed. But lo, times they change. Fates are spinning their tails. Season for the steel winds. The 3-eyed raven will come and rip your wings right off. So we also need to be really rooted. Actually plant those deep tap roots of your intention, determination. You can't forever just keep vibing off the other cosmic radiation. It actually needs to come to a point of cohesion, convergence, a certain clarity in the practical living life, the configuration of your consciousness in the here and now. Thy lofty philosophies, whatever metaphysics and spiritual ventures, they need to compile into the present, into an active living world. If you forever bypass that necessity because you don't feel like it, you are happier in your little slice of ephemeral heaven, then, time will come when all of it ends and catastrophes follow. Tragedy, collapse. You will be struck down so hard from that holographic high horse of hallucinations, it may take you a lifetime or 2 to get your shit back together. So be proactive. Don't be a clueless, sweet little daisy. Be a deep-rooted banyan tree. Proactive in ever scouting for your peak potentials, your deepest bases. Setting them, affirming them, holding on to them, letting them become the foundation for your whatever journeys across the universe. Be the Ancient of Days itself, the epic tree of upside down, roots in the highest heaven of abstraction, the pinnacle, the origin point, and branches, leaves and fruits falling down to this realm. Back upward into the roots. That is the direction. Then set your bearings, clear like a laser, sharp like a razor. You will actually make progress on this path. Don't be a random hippie hummingbird. Be a bull, be a lion, be an eagle, be an authentic human child born for integration and consummation. Roots, naughty roots, here and now, solid in actuality. Not a random, joint-smoking Rastafari producing vapors for the wind. A pioneer of insight, a miner of the bedrock, a pinner down of the building blocks of actuality. Capture and condense all of that in good balance, lest the rays of the sun make you evaporate. Maximum expansion, maximum contraction, compress and, yes, spread it all out into the orbits, but remember to again condense it back into solid essence. In the second installment, we look at the present as a field of engagement, invoking you for works of transformation. Being here now is consequential, if you're actually doing it properly. If you're just halting the rest of existence and zoning into your little bliss point, ignoring what's in you and around you, then okay, it's not very consequential because you're using it as a means of bypassing. However, if you allow for the what is here and now actuality to actually emerge, come forth, express itself, you will find that it's consequential. There are implications from the recognition of the naked, raw reality in front of you and inside of you. It's transformative, engulfing you like flames in a forge. The clarity and radiance of right here and right now, at its full spectrum, forces you to confront all that you are. See your blind spots, see all that you've denied, face it, deal with it. That is the inconvenient present right here and right now that you have to deal with. You cannot just rewind into your little bliss point and stay there forever. You have to come back to the living world of interaction, transformation, works to be done, life to be lived. Do not hijack the present in a very finite edition in order to escape from your reality. All of it is present, all of it is here and now. It's not just the slice of it that makes you happy and feeling at ease. That's all ultimately delusional hallucination if you simply enter the bliss bubble and hope to abide there forever. It will pop. The life will shred you apart. Really the only way to make that work is enter a cave, distance, disconnect from the world, never come back, stop living an active life. That you can do if you really must. But you could also just deal with the fullness of what is present in any situation. That seems to be the more productive course to make sure you consummate the fullness of your potentials, all that life has given you. So, let's get to work right here and right now with all you've got, full capacity, into the absolute of all that is present. The present is your work site, the present is your field of operations. Do not avoid it, enter it fully. For only in that absolute unreserved engagement with the complete present will your evolution go forth, will you be transformed into the fullness of what you can be. Now do not be any of it in terms of appropriating it for an identity. Allow for all of it to become by investing your attention to it. That's the simple process. Growing, ripening. Don't be a half-baked bliss bubble spiritualist. Be real. In the third installment, we look into integrating the harvests of the present, mapping the conscious and churning the unconscious into a complete repository of all that is actually present. Into reconciled embodiment. You may have lived a life enriched by a broad spectrum of experiences. You may have touched upon the yonder shores of the cosmos, but where does that leave you? You still hold nothing of true substance until you pause to consolidate, integrate all that you have. Churning your pool, refining all of your life's yields into true living essence. This is the journey into reconciled embodiment, plunging deep into your increasingly saturated inner basin. On this journey, your intellectual constructs will be of little use. We are talking about the extraction and harmonization of essence itself, not your ideas about it. Yes, there must be reason in way of discernment, determining true, determining false, illusions, realities, worthy and worthless, elected and condemned, the sorting out of your own inner herd. Now that may sound like a mystic journey, but it is not only for the mystics isolated from the world, it is for each one of us seeking to integrate our life's essence. Now, are there apocalyptic undertones to this process? Yes, there certainly are. Your conflicts and inner battles will be many as you reconcile and harmonize all that you carry, all that you have accumulated. How do you think all those apocalyptic narratives came into being? They are descriptions of a certain final cognitive process, an endgame of your integration. Do not fall into madness. Do not entertain psychotic episodes woven around your self-importance, born of the recognition of your essence. You are just as every one of us, simply in a particular phase of your cognitive process. Do not indulge in your inner hallucinations. Do not be mesmerized by your contents. Go forth in a quest for truth, clarity, absolution. That is the way of crossing beyond into purity, beyond into alignment, beyond into the consummation of your life cycle as a whole. These are the deep lens of your awareness. Either integrate and reconcile, or blur, fall into senility, confusion. Confront yourself, judge yourself, and you will be consummated in truth. Bypass and you will perish. These are no more the leisurely winds in our walkabouts. This is the maelstrom from the deep. The kraken will pull you under, and from the depths of your own abyss, you will discover a jewel that sets you free. You are like an oyster, forgetting how to produce pearls. How tragic. Rediscover your essence, compacted into true substance. It is will that taught you the ways of engagement. Now it is integrity that will show you the ways of truth. Complete harvest and integration of your essence. Absolute in its truth. That's all. Do it. That's all. Do it and you will be spared. In the fourth and final installment, we take the full journey from our landing point to visions, feelings, dreams, will, works, harvest, and ultimately alignment, harmonization, ascension. In this octagon, the 8 realms of awareness, the 8 stations in your journey of consummation. With every dimension of living experience, I simply need to hear you, meet you, as it is, as you are, undistracted, free from the pushes and pulls of anything or anyone, into your ground of being. There we will build our foundations, nowhere else. There is no skipping, leaping or bypassing on this path, for it is a path made of your own fabric. If you skip and you bypass, the path simply halts. You go astray, lose your bearings and are confused all over again. Then recollect your clearest insights, recollect your purest feelings, weave together the potentials of what you are. Then concentrate, plant your beams in the bedrock, light up that beacon for clear direction, and engage diligently in works of transformation. When your seeds were worthy, when your works were faithful, you will reap a good harvest. Your essence will be immaculate, like gold refined in bright blue flames, clear of impurities. Essence will rise, flow over the boundaries of your little cauldron. Reconciled, harmonized, primed for consummation, absolute, you may ascend. The halo of your complete presence in the here and now, the palace of the fabric of actuality, neatly tired in orders of emanation. There, my friend, you have the first milestone into entering here and now, being present. As in, actually, not in those momentary bubbles of bliss born of relief from your anxieties, not in those immersive rabbit holes that take you on imaginary journeys to transcendence and back. Actually, right here and right now, with every dimension of living experience compiled and enacted in the present, in full aligned embodiment. What say we take a trip there one of these days, leave those lofty legends in the realms of popular fantasy for another time, establish a foundation, establish clarity, and from there see what gates open, what actually is beyond your human sphere. With this, we reach the end of a certain journey in awareness, having touched the 7 stations of being and becoming, brought together, consolidated, aligned in the 8th. Here we are. We take these journeys all the time, unaware. Why not identify the stations, the prime aspects of your awareness, the major situations in your lives, then embark on a pilgrimage in awareness. Our Walkie Talkie will continue the realms above and beyond. Stay tuned. With that, our second anthology from Walkie Talkie is nearing a wrap. From rooting to transformation to integration and into alignment, the solar path of being present. You may explore these themes in parallel with Ponderstruck, our twin series. They explore the very same essence of life and awareness, one in walking tunes and one in sitting tones. Be well and be present in the complete presence of what is.